You're in,
Good,
sir.
good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are watching in the world. Shaun Driver, Brendan, the Red Horde. It's go time. As Brendan reminded me off camera, the penultimate. I love the use of that word. I don't know why. Sesquipedaliac and all that sort of stuff. A person who likes big words. The penultimate game of the season. Coventry City. The champs are here, or I guess we're there. Uh, with trying to figure out what happened yesterday. And we'll get into that a little bit and what that means for now as Wrexham looks to wrap this season up by eking into the playoffs. One spot is all that's left. 3 teams still alive. We remain in the driver's seat and we can either put ourselves ahead by the end of 90 minutes plus or we back ourselves up. Thanks for everyone joining early in the chat. It is an early one. That like button is down below. 3:30 in the morning out here, which means waking up in enough time to be able to get set up and at least make myself half-ass presentable. Brendan, you had a little bit of added sleep time earlier for you anyways, but how the hell are you?
I am good.
The hell are you?
I am good. I'm excited. Obviously, this is a quality team. I kind of like Coventry. Yeah, their fan base is pretty decent. Yeah, pretty cool compared to most that we have to deal with. They sure respect everybody, it seems. And I like how they do business. I like how they play. So
Is that just because we experienced them on top? Because I wondered that myself. I mean, they're close enough to Birmingham to be a problem and be unique, but they're not. They've been good. Is that just because they've been at top, and when you're at top, you can take the losses a little bit better than most?
I've seen their content creators, and those guys seem nice too, which is kind of like my introduction to them. So the content creators, the Coventry ones that I watched were nice, and they want, as much as everyone gives us a little bit of the stick about Hollywood FC and blah blah blah. After we beat them in that cup game, they were really good. Like they played us hard, and it's hard for people to give us any amount of respect, and that just earns credit with me. And yeah, you just don't hear. They don't seem to have a lot of shit talkers and guys out there trying to hurt people. So yeah,
not the stuff that you're used to being a sports fan in Massachusetts, I guess.
Yeah, exactly.
They're not the Boston Bruins. Their fan base, for those that I have respect for the Bruins fan base because I like that sort of stuff. But as far as teams with English with style banter and those that like to, I'd say the Bruins fans are probably up there and closest that you're going to get. In any event, we digress. There's lots to talk about in this one. Questions that we come into this one, and everyone will be waking up. Hey, okay, Coventry's on the beach. They've already won. They had 2 days off. They were able to go and celebrate, and then told to come back and refocus. And so, what are they going to do with this? Because these games mean absolutely nothing to them, other than maybe in your heart of hearts, that desire not to distort competition and to make sure that you put out a proper club. And so one of the questions that you have that is out there is, did they put their full lineup out there, their best 11? And the answer to that, and I'll get through it as we go through it, I wouldn't say it's their best 11, but I also wouldn't say that it's outside the norm of what's necessarily there. For reference, Burnley back in 2022-23, Reading back in, was it 2005, 2006? Those are the 2 most recent iterations where the champion of the championship, the winners of the championship, had clinched everything 2 days in advance. And in both circumstances, what both of those teams did is they did have a rotation where the first game back was close to their starting 11. The second game was arguably close to their starting 11, but they kept the spine intact. The goalkeeper stayed the same. The center backs stayed the same. Their defensive mids, the spine of the club stayed the same, and sort of they played with the peripheral players. Arguably, that's what you could kind of say happened here. And so do we jump into them and just go through it because I'm talking about it, or should we jump to us first?
However you want to roll. You said you want.
I've set the table, so let's do Coventry first, and then we'll come back and do the good guys.
All right, they're up.
Cue the Darth Vader music in the background. Today's bad guys. Coventry City. Rushworth, that's their normal starter, first overall in minutes, and so he's on the lineup. I'm just going to go down the lineup. The captain, second in minutes. That's the start of your lineup, and who you're going to expect in the back is Grimes. He'll be sort of a holding mid on the left-hand side, I suspect. Van Uwijk, third overall in minutes. So you're catching the theme here as I'm going through. Van Uwijk, he'll be out there. Expect him to be the right back in a back four. Thomas will be out. Fourth on the list is Da Silva. Da Silva, your left back. So you're getting the hint here. The back is of the defensive setup. Their goalkeeper is going to be the same. Fifth, that's their center back Kitching. 6 in minutes overall for them. That's Mason Clark. And so I love these names, Mason Clark and Thomas Asante. Doesn't that sound like a law firm? Mason Clark and Thomas Asante sound like an investment firm?
It does a little, yeah.
Thomas Asante.
Asante and Asante.
Yeah, I don't know. All at Coventry. Mason Clark and Thomas Asante. Is that if that's the best I have for banter? It sounds like it's a law firm and the investment company. That's pretty lame. That's on me. I apologize. It's early. I left off with Thomas Asante. A little bit different there. Sorry, he's not sixth. Sixth is Mason Clark. Mason Clark is sixth, and so he's going to be on your left-hand side up front. Seventh overall in minutes. That's Thomas. Thomas is going to be one of your center backs. So that's their back four and their keeper, all exactly the same. And then their last one where you can go consecutive 1 through 8. That's their top minute guys all season long is right. And that's your man up front. So where did they change? Well, that's the middle of the pitch. Unlike most teams, or the other two, not most teams, Burnley and Reading, who were in the situation, they kind of played with their wing players and their forwards. This arguably, Coventry City has stepped away and taken out their midfield players. They've gone with Onyeka, Eccles, and Thomas Asante. That's their 12th, 13th, and 16th overall in minutes. That's not a big jump down. I mean, you're looking at Onyeka had 13 starts. Eccles had 18 starts. Thomas Asante had 20 starts. That's just in minutes. How does that end up working out? 927 minutes for Onyeka, 1,370 for Eccles, 1,695 for Thomas Asante. So you're talking, these are your typical off the bench guys who may fill in the odd game here or there. Thomas Asante still lots of goals in him, 12 goals, 4 assists. Eccles and Onyeka just 1 goal and 4 assists. But when you look at who they took out, and these are the names that rang a bell for me because I was impressed with how they played, especially Sakamoto. Sakamoto on the bench, that he's 9th overall in minutes. Torp on the, and I believe on the bench. I didn't actually confirm that to confirm that it's not just injuries as well. Let me bring. It's not opening up there, so I'm going to have to check this and see if they're injured. Sakamoto's got a rib injury. He's out until May, so that's why he's out. And that is fortunate because I was very impressed with Sakamoto. Torp and Rodini, 10th and 11th overall in minutes played, and they 24 starts. This would have been their 25th start, and for them, they're both sitting on the bench. So the midfield softened. As to what's available, and I don't see Rodini on their list, so maybe he's got an option, an issue as well, or he's got a different last name, and it didn't show up on the list. But I don't think that's the case, or that he got sent out and hasn't played for them in forever. But I don't think that's the case either. In any event, it's damn close. Lampard's not coming out and selling out the farm on this one. And so we'll see how it goes. And I haven't been listening to the chat and following along to see if there were any questions throughout that entire thing. But we've got ourselves a battle. They're not taking it easy, subject only to whether they're a little bit hungover or a little bit less invested, and all of those considerations. So do we jump to us?
Sure.
Any thoughts on that? I mean, you were saying you didn't really watch a lot. I mean,
I was surprised. I thought Eccles was one of their regulars. Maybe it's just the games that I watched. But what's the bench like? If he just dumps the bench at some point, are they the typical second string, or are they third stringers, never players?
I don't have quite that whole massive. Well, so let's just go through it. Jake Bidwell, defender, 2 starts, 341 minutes. I wouldn't say he's a regular. Latibaudier, 14 starts. He's had 1,200. So he's been, a featured player, but I wouldn't suggest that he's been all over the place. Wow, that's Luke Wolfenden. 10 starts, 16 matches he's appeared in. Sometimes draws in, not that frequent. Allen. Oh, where is Allen? Jamie Allen. I got him. 4 starts, but he features a lot off the bench, 21 minutes. 21 games featured in, but only 4 starts for Mr. Allen. Torp, I already talked about. Sims, he's more featured, 1,551 minutes. He's played almost every game, but he doesn't start. He comes off the bench quite frequently. Kessler Hayden, 526. So that's a step down pretty substantively. So they've got 3 or 4 guys who haven't eaten a lot of minutes, and that, to be fair, is what Burnley and Reading did do. Is they came out with their spine, but they stepped out earlier with the substitutions than normal. Sometime around the 55th, 60th, 65th minute, they started to make the changes and went with their other players. So this could be a situation where they're going to go with their starting 11 through the 60% of the game, and then we'll see some rotation and some turnover and some extra minutes for guys late in the game. That would be my prediction, is that we'll have some early subs. And so, yes, some consideration there, and we'll see who comes off the bench. Got to stay in it, got to be in it. And I would love to see an early goal, take the heart out of it. That's the talk Coventry and what they didn't do. We got to talk about what we're going to do. And that's key to this game to us, is similar to the Swansea versus Wrexham women's game, when Swansea came into the Rock, when we had the cup was in, the trophy was in the building, and they stuck it to the girls. And I'd say that for up until the last 20 minutes, the Wrexham women were kind of like, we're not really that bothered about it. And then they kind of went after it. I think if we can pull the heart out of Coventry and their interest in it, they might be like, I'm not really that stuffed by it. And the focus start to go, which would be better for us and optimal. I don't know what your thoughts are on that before we turn to our starting 11.
No, pretty much the same. You might be better off with disinterested starters than something to prove bench guys. So
that's fair.
Maybe Coventry not pushing hard is evens the playing field enough where we're going to be motivated for this game, you'd figure, and that gives us the edge. So.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that as a possibility. You never know what we're going to get here, right? It could be that they're loosey-goosey and just having fun, and they turn into the Harlem Globetrotters smashing the ball around. I will also say this about the Reading and Burnley teams, is their games were not against a team who had something to play with. They had 2 games each left, and Cardiff City was already relegated. All the other teams were in the middle of the table, nothing to play for. So they may have a little bit more teeth into this one, because they don't want to distort the competition and blah blah blah, the moral side of things. But take them out early and let's roll through this. The other thing that I went through is, at the end of the day, if we can score 2 goals in this or win by 3, we really set ourselves up. The downside is Coventry hasn't let that happen all season long. They've only lost by 2 goals in 3 occasions. The worst case scenario for us is there's a possibility over these 2 games that we eliminate ourselves. And what I say by that is, if we lose both games and we lose by 4 goals or more, City would jump us. And so how many times has that happened with Coventry? They've won by more than 2 goals in 30% of their games. And so that's this game. Let's win it, but certainly do not fall apart in this thing. I don't expect it, but I got to throw it out there because I like to make Deandra uncomfortable, and I like to talk about reverse jinxes. Jumping into our lineup, pretty straightforward, I think, with maybe just 1 or 2 question marks. With how everything's gone in the last multiple 2 games. Ward getting clean sheets, Hyam, Scar, and Doyle doing their thing. Scar coming off the bench like some sort of superhero, sitting on it, saying like, "There's the phone booth. The time change has occurred in the UK. It's time for me to be Superman, and I'm going to slide into here without having any minutes." Robert Ryan Red talked about that, so I'll give them credit for that statement, because I was like, you know what? To think about it, that is pretty impressive to be sitting cold and come out and do what he's done. But Ward in the back, Hyam, Scar, Doyle in the back 3, back 4, with including the keeper. Any questions, concerns about that one? Any thoughts to think that's wrong?
No, you got to stay with what they're doing right now. You kind of locked into that. The only move I could see is the one they made, the Kabore one, because the way that he played last week, not Kabore, but Longman played. You're like, okay, maybe get Kabore back out there. I don't know.
Yeah, and Woody's, you're almost right. If we get a win and then a draw, Hull City could still come out and smash Norwich by 3 or more, and at the moment as it sits, and take the spot. So yes, a win basically secures us. But we'll get back to that. Let's go over back to the lineup. The wing backs, Kabore and Thomason. Kakache is on the bench. Yay. He can stay there. Any argument from you that Longman goes in instead of Kabore? We've been having this discussion all season long. I think we're probably going to say the same things. Or an argument that Kakache comes in over Thomason, which I will fight you on if you suggest that.
No, I think this is probably the right lineup. So
yeah, and then up holding mids, Dobson and Matty James. Matty James has been everything since coming back. The midfield was a shambles. He shows up and everything's right as rain, sunshine, rainbows, and cover 2-1 favorites according to the bookies. This is a game I would never bet on, because a team that's hungry and a team that's on the beach, you never know what you're going to get. This could be a 5-0 drubbing. Either way, like it's that unpredictable. I don't think it'd be 5-0, but it could be a 3-goal difference either way. Up front, Rathbone and Windass supporting Smith. To me, I love Rathbone and Windass for the energy and for the confidence they've been providing the attacking options. Windass has been consistent as all hell. I think you could have some sort of conversation as to whether Broadhead comes in for Rathbone or Moore comes in for Smith. But whenever the Smith-Moore decision is up, you have to look at the Coventry style and what matches up against them and go with the weapon that you have. And if Parkey says today it's Smith, I go, okay, that sounds good to me, Chief. I don't have any argument there. Did you have any thoughts otherwise? Rathbone, Broadhead, Smith, who slides in?
No, I mean, these guys have to, Rathbone, Windass, Smith have to be the starters. I like Broadhead coming in. Like if no one's making any progress, their defense is just totally locked down. Broadhead brings that extra level of class that he can score from distance and close. He can do whatever. He can make magic happen. So it's good having him on the bench. Yeah, so I mean, I like him coming in a little later. I don't like relying on him for a full game. He doesn't put in the work rate that the others do.
Lee Kabore. That's my take too, but I don't go woohoo Longman either. Look, our wing backs, irrespective of what happens, if it's, I think this is better than last year. Last year we were like, oh man, we got to improve up front, we got to improve in the back line, we need lots of answers in the midfield, and we went and got wing backs, and I thought, oh, well, then we're set, we're great. Comments under the lineup tweet are hilarious. R.E. Kakache. I'm gonna have to go to that. I'll go to that afterwards. That'll probably make my day. But that's an area that needs addressing, because that's just not working. Not an easy position to play, and not a lot of love for it, because you're working harder than probably anybody else on the pitch as far as stamina goes. But Lee says thoughts on Cleworth being dropped the last few games. He had to come out because he was exhausted and take a day off. And the reality is it's just worked, and the magic has been there. The other thing with Cleworth is his superpower is his defensive read. His positioning is really good. His weakness is cheating forward too far, getting caught out, and not having the foot pace to get him back. For it's still that Kyle Larin goal is going to disturb me. Southampton, where he got that ball down the middle and Cleworth was left to try to chase him down and didn't even get close. And Kyle Larin, 32 years of age, not a speedster by any stretch of the imagination, and he made Max Cleworth look like he was Usain Bolt with the ball. And that drew some concerns for me because not only getting caught up, but not the foot pace to get back. And he kind of got exposed a little bit. Is that because he was tired and exhausted and worn down? Maybe. And you can justify it, and we'll see what happens when Max slides back in. But it's worked since we've made that change. So you have to go with it, is where I said. I had forgotten that Libby was part of the winning team against the Coventry last night. That being that goal that he came across and scored with the right-footed cross, his only real substantive moment this season? Is that what we're discussing? I don't know. Any thoughts on you, Cleworth, coming out before? We got 8 minutes before kickoff, and I'm still waiting. Any Canadians, I'm still waiting on Dazn to load up. So trigger it. They usually come in late. And I'm also staring at the old badge. Dazn needs a slap in the face. The 1873 days.
I do want to get to your graphic that you put some time in on.
Oh, yeah.
Andy's graphic. As far as Cleworth, no, we're of the same mind on that. I thought they could have pulled him a game or two earlier than he did. He was the wheels were coming off for a while with him. He was progressively getting worse each game, thereabouts, and he just looked worn down. And our offense was struggling. I don't know if they told him to cheat forward, but he was way too forward too much of the time. And what I mean by that is I like when he would take the ball and part of the flow of the game and move forward, but he was just hanging out way too far forward and they were just dropping it in behind and he just couldn't get back. And it was killing us. So yeah, it had to happen. You want Dez's or yours? Which one?
Let's do mine and then we'll jump into, and it was Andy's, right?
Andy, sorry. Yeah. I see Dez's name there, so that's why I was saying it.
It's early in the morning, man.
I'm
not going to question it. We're just going to go with it until we get the heart pumping here in my poor body. Anybody says we're not fans, so they can go and comfortably embrace themselves. Because who does this 2 days in a row? And the heart palpitations. And I couldn't sleep last night anyway, going through every freaking permutation in my head. Speaking of permutations, is the graphic up?
Yeah.
I made it pretty. I wanted to try to summarize where we're at. Look, the math is pretty simple. If we win, we're in a really, really good place because we go into the Middlesbrough game. If we win that, we're in. If we draw that, we're in. If we lose that, Hull City's got to score 3 goals to try to get up to match us on the goal differential. And if it's the first one that we won, it's going to be 4 by the time we get there. Right? I guess we lose 1, so it's still technically 3. But go out and get it, load up the goals, make it harder for Hull City, grab the win, and you immediately put Derby on the beach. And I was watching their watch along yesterday. They're set. They're convinced they're getting in. They're sold that Wrexham is losing both of these. They know that they've got the advantage over Hull, and Hull's not playing well. So they're like, "Can you believe? I thought the season was over, but now they're planning the playoffs." And so they're confident in Derby, players and team and club. You need the win. Here's what I don't like. The way things are set up, Derby's behind us. They've got a goal differential of 9 to our 6. And so what does that mean is that late goal that they got in added time, and 2 late goals, really, both in the 80th minute, put them into a position where they can jump us. Because if we draw both, if we don't get a win at all, we immediately put control of everything into the hands of Hull City and Derby. Even if we draw both of them, Hull City or Derby jump us with any scoreline. If we draw one and lose one, it's again, because we have the goal differential on Hull, the draw won't work for them. They would have to win, but we put the control back into them. If either one of them win, they're in. If we lose both, then it gets into this crazy goal differential permutation. Hull City, we can get in, but to get in, we need Hull City to lose and for us not to be change the goal differential by 4 goals. And Derby County, if they draw, they would get in. Lose both, criminal, and we'd be in a lot of trouble on the last day. Losing today, really, really, really bad idea. draw somewhat palatable, win, and we celebrate. And that's where it sets up. And I'll put the graphic up once I redo this. The greatest outcome, and this is why I was looking at it, is if we could get the goal differential and win by 3, we would have the goals for advantage, the goal differential advantage over both teams going into the final day. And so let's make it a 4-1 win. Book it, right? That's how it works. I don't know if there's any questions about that one, Brandon, if we wanted to have them or if you just wanted to jump into Andy's because we've got 4 minutes until kickoff. It says, I still don't have the game up. I'm going to hit the refresh button.
No, I'll get to Andy's graphic.
You just don't want to hear me. You're done hearing me talk, I think. I feel like
no. I'm sitting here looking at these the Coventry fans, and they were all given the "We Are Back" signs, and that I don't know who was in the art department who decided that was the sign and that was the way to go.
Oh, that's not an art department. That goes back to 25 years ago when they were relegated, and you can find this picture online. A fan showed up with that sign that said, "We will be back." And 25 years later, he showed up with the sign that said, "We're back." And so they've jumped. This is sort of a grassroots jump on.
Because otherwise I was like, could they have, put in less effort? I'm glad that there's meaning to it, because otherwise, like, what are you doing? Like, that was, yeah.
And Andy put in a lot. Yeah, and they're coming out with the "We're Back" sign. So Andy, always impressed with the graphics and love this sort of stuff. And he says, my analysis going back to when we had 7 left to play is working out. Earlier this week, I thought 4 points was the target from the last 2 games of the season, and that's really what we need to ensure goal differential doesn't bite us if we end up on the same points as Hull. Him just summarizing exactly what I said here is, unless we get 3 goals in this one, the goal differential comes into play, and that's why we need the 4 points. The win and the draw would get us there. The win and loss would not. So Andy's been on point now for 2 months telling us we would be in exactly this position. And that's the brilliance of the work that he puts in. I also told everyone not to sleep on Derby as they put pressure on with a win today. At this point, 2 draws won't get it done. Basically, we need to win one of these last 2 games. We need to play to win it. And the draws hand control over, and you're basically waiting for a win by somebody to strip us out of it. So look, put them on the beach, and you're playing. And Middlesbrough, the other thing, just the way that the cookie crumbled over yesterday, the Middlesbrough stuff, an interesting one. They've got Southampton tomorrow. That game, Southampton and Middlesbrough, now informs us if...
No, it's Ipswich tomorrow.
Or sorry, Ipswich Town. Sorry, yeah. You're right. Ipswich Town and Southampton. But it informs us with our game against Middlesbrough, because if Ipswich Town win, they jump to 83 points. Middlesbrough then is waiting for the playoffs. They have nothing. Automatics are out for them.
Yes.
And so they have nothing to play with. Possibility that they relax some players. They're going to want to make sure that they don't change things up too much, because they're going to want to keep some consistency going forward with the playoffs only 3 to 10. Will they be resting players? Yes. If they've got niggles, do you lean towards not playing them? Yes. And so that game tomorrow, we are all cheering for Ipswich Town to beat Southampton, take the 3 points, and wipe Middlesbrough from it. Otherwise, we're going to have a Middlesbrough team coming into the barn looking at automatic promotions as an option and coming in heavy. This is the game to win, because we don't need that as the storyline. And so you're going into Coventry, the champions, 89 points, 90, lead the league in goals for, 90 goals, lead the league in goals against, only allowing 44, but on the beach. We've had a good record against them. Wrexham has shown the capacity to beat them on 2 occasions. The boys got to be up for it. At the end of the day, we've talked analytics, we've talked statistics, we've talked lineup, we've talked roster, we've talked elimination, and it all boils down to one thing. This starting 11 needs to go out and fucking get it done. That's it. And so let's see what happens. 90 minutes plus in a glorious day in Coventry.
So I don't know if you've seen this, but during Super Bowls, they have the Super Bowl American football. They have the halftime performer usually wear a shirt that has one half is one jersey and one half is the other. The jersey you're wearing, our third kit today, essentially looks like you went out and got a half and half shirt for the Coventry Wrexham game.
I'm torn. No, I love the fact that we're out there doing our thing, Sam, citing it back. Just get it done. And you know, you can hear the fans are in it. They've got the weave back. They're in celebratory mode. Lots of smiles. They may not have the focus. They could be loosey goosey and just have a good time. And these games, you just can't predict what's going to happen. The only thing you can predict is our 11 got to get stuck in. Up the sheep shag in town. Get into it. Yeah, they're all smiles. Come on, let's go. Let's go. Well, we're gonna sing and celebrate. Nice barn. The Coventry Building Society Arena. There should be goals in this one, and let's goals for is a good thing. That's the second tiebreaker, by the way. We're 2 behind Hull. Having at least 2 goals in this game could be a thing. We're underway. Whoa. I got this formation thing that popped up on my screen, and that's really annoying. How do I get rid of this stupid thing? Are you telling me I can't get rid of this stupid thing? All right. I don't know what's going on with that, but we'll figure this all out. Sorry, guys. Doyle with it at the back. 22 seconds in, 25 seconds in coming up right now. A Scar is going to go long and try and flick it down the middle. Nothing there. Headed down easily, and it's over to the left-hand side. De Silva, one of the guys I've probably more than Kitchen Thomas and Van Uwijk that I've been impressed with. Especially in one of the games I was watching. That wasn't a Wrexham game, as De Silva has it now. Coventry moving forward across the midfield stripe. Nobody over there as Dabo steps up. Mason Clark and Coventry with first touches. So early, says Jason. It is indeed, but welcome, my friend. On the deck, slid through. Not a good take. Turned over. Windass thumps it into the air and not available for Smith as Rushworth comes all the way out to collect. And I'm not going to get like picky or critical because it's early and first touches are always a little bit off. But when you're Coventry, you end up looking at sort of that first take and even that little mistake by Thomas overstepping it. You know, it's easy to have those things. And if we can eke out some possession and take advantage of little mistakes and moments where that focus isn't there, that could be the difference. And they're saying that if Wrexham loses by 3 clear goals, then yeah, we give the keys over to Hull. Slip and a fall there. Coventry tons and tons of possession right now. As it's Van Ewijk. Can I just go with Van Ewijk instead of Van Ewijk? Kitching. Are we at 100% possession for them yet? It only says 67. I don't think we've really touched the ball yet. 2 minutes and 30 seconds in and just looking. Thing, not things. Thinking the same thing. Just a lot of center back kickabout as Coventry looking to just chew up minutes. Deandra says Van Ewijk pronounced properly, and right when I was like, do I have to pronounce it properly? And only 99 from Norway. How are you? Tom, yeah, hope Cov are at the beach. Right now, I don't know how you describe that. They're no interest in advancing the ball forward. It's center back kickabout, and they're just going to deal with this by having a training pitch session where they're just going to play keepaways. Finally, onto a Wrexham head, and then nothing at it. It was flicked on, or attempted to be flicked on by James to Windass, but Windass not there. Charlie, yeah, the Norwich-Swansea game, thought about you while that was going on. And I thought there was still an opportunity for Norwich to really make a mess as soon as Derby started to make their comeback. 2 goals late to go from a 1 down to a 3-2 win. Thomason, we've got the ball at our feet. 3 minutes, 45 seconds in. Doyle with it up against the line, and he just gives it away. Van Ewijk dancing around as Thomas Asante. And it's into the area, knocked down, dangerous 18-yard box. And Kabore's got to come out. And what are you doing? Fuck me. Kabore just laid the ball up and thought he was going to have more time. I don't know what he was doing, but Thomas Asante comes and says, I'll take that and try and put it in the bank. Nothing there. That's a flop. No call given. Pretty horrible flop by, as far as artistic impression goes, by Smith. Hit the deck. Well, 4.5 minutes in, and nothing really from them, but certainly nothing from us. But then this is our 4 passes. That's probably the biggest string of passes we've got offside. Smith offside. Thomason, well done. It displaces his man. 2 yards in. Cutback pass possible. He's right there. Josh Windass. And he couldn't get the shot away. Another shot blocked away. Come on, lads. Sam Smith not able to get there. Kabore, go get the ball. Why? Fuck. You're horrible. That's twice that you've tried that same move. This time, once against Thomas Asante, once against Mason Clark, and given up both times. A slip and fall there. Rathbone with it. Turning the other way. Just make the safe play instead of getting fancy and cute. Windass. Doyle. Left footer. Smashed, blocked, and it's going to go. Is it we're going to roll for a corner? No, kept out. Well done by Rushworth to get over there. Charlie, they've gone strong except for their midfield. They've got Sakamoto's out with an injury. Tarp and Rodin, usual midfielders, are not in the lineup. But as far as their back four, their keeper, all the same. And then their who they've got up front with Wright, that's pretty standard. Their top 8 Minutemen for the season are all in. And so then they have a bit of a drop down. They skip over 9, 10, 11 and go to 12, 13, 16. So nothing outside of the norm, really. But if they have early subs, that's where you'll notice the difference. De Silva looking, crossing, headed up. Jesus. Rathbone decides to give it to Thomas Asante. Comes over that way. Now it's clipped up into the air, but not far enough. Thomas Asante, 18-yard box, left foot, block, bounce around. Go get it, Danny. Thank you, sir. Oh, the heart's beating way too fast for 6 minutes into the game. I can hear Wrexham fans. Kitching. Back to Rushworth. Weird choices. Yeah. Called offside on the advance. Mason Clark. Can I just call him your legal representative? Your financial advisor. Got nothing better to do on a Sunday morning, it appears. Doyle, Scar, Dobson in the middle. Over to the left-hand side. Lots of space and available there. Josh Windass makes it over into the corner. Thomason goes on a run. Holds up. Takes the pass 9 yards out. Good. Flicks back out to Josh Windass. 2 in the box. Trying to find one. Clipped. Sent back out. And Windass going to knock it down and set it up. This is a training pitch match. Like, Coventry has skills, but they're laying off defensively. Matty James having a crack at it. There's going to be goals in this mother. Thomason up too far, too heavy. Nobody over there. Kabore, no chance to go and get on that one, and it's just a simple clear. Anyone else pulling an all-nighter? No, I took my 3-hour nap, Bryn, but I did think about it. West Coast, what do you do? Especially when I realize I'm going to have to... Pretty close, right, Jed? Sakamoto, Tarpon, Radini, 29 starts, 24 starts, 24 starts instead of... And Onyeka, Eccles, and Thomas Asante certainly have had starts, 13, 18, and 20. So wouldn't call it the absolute top of the top line, but it's nowhere near... The big question, as I said, what do they do with their subs? And how early do they come in? John says, not going to lie, did not expect to see us pressure them so much this early. Yes, that's a good sign. Mason Clark on the run, taking on Dom Hyam, goes around him, pass there. Well done by Doyle. Just a simple right foot, turn it away, and clear this thing. We got this. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping for, Jed. The bomb squad is the rugby term for when you bring on basically all of your reserves at the same time. Thomas Asante. I make it sound like he's Spanish. Foul there for Rathbone. Yeah, Deandra, I mean, what are you getting? You're getting distribution, you're getting comfort, you're getting strong positional play and experience, you're getting big game stuff, you're getting less rebounds. What do you get with Ogonko? Shot stopping. That's my 2 cents for whatever that's worth. Not even a pence in the UK. 30 yards out, going to be a left foot. Coventry lined up 17 yards. They've cut the grass, Deandra, just to the point that there's no way I can make the same, hey, that's 6 yards, that's 5 yards, that's whatever. As Danny Ward comes out, can't get to it, so it punches it. It's going to go all the way out. Well done. Punches it all the way out 35 yards. And Onyeka grabs it. That's a heavy, heavy, heavy touch, and Ward just lets it land on the net, jump up and be safe.
Might be easy to figure out those. I would guess that those are meter thick bands, so you can easily figure out 2 and 2.
It's also 4:13 in the morning, but yes, I hear you. No, I hear you. You've got an extra. If you assume a meter or a yard, I guess, whatever, a meter there, 4 meters, so 61411. I'm going to have this down to a science by the end of this one.
Yeah, the ones in the middle look like they're 5, right? So you're looking at 115, 115. Yeah.
Rushworth with it. I'm with you. The game is live on ITV1 Wales, but I have the TV on mute to get your commentary. Thanks, Candy Stripper. That's pretty impressive. I'm listening. I don't have Mr. Griffiths in my ear, which I never like when I have Dazn, but I've got whoever they've brought from Sky. Down the right-hand side, Thomas Asante, which means light in my ears for most of the game. Doyle with it up to Rathbone, can't get it. Thomas Asante touching a spin, but loses the ball. It's up there for Josh Windass to go on a run. Shoulder barge, knocks it down. Well done, Josh. I think he drew that out, and it's going to be a throw-in for them. Or are they going to say we knocked it out? Yeah, just dragged it over the line. Love that. Did your children make it through the night? I assume so. Heavy touch there. Dabo able to eke out an extra possession. That's that thing, though. To me, as good as Coventry is, and they are, there's already been signs, 3-4 of them of first touches where you think that's an easy one to control, where they've just given possession back. Danny Ward serves that one up, flicks on for Kabore. Opportunity here, 18 yards, 9 yards, waiting for Red Kit to get in front. Service there, Josh available, can't get to it. Thomason puts it back in, and he kind of muffed that off the back of the heel with a right foot stroke, and it's easily put out the other way. Lots of block shots. This is like playoff hockey where you've got defensive backs, defensemen folding in front of goal and just looking to knock it down. We need a deflection. We need a touch. We need a screen in front. Well, got the elbow up a little bit on that one, but fortunate for Sam Smith, it didn't make contact. Back pass to Tom Doyle, a little too heavy, and we're going to run back and collect. We've got a goalie discussion. I wouldn't call it a controversy, a discussion for John Ward gets the nod for better distribution, but I looked at his long ball stats a match ago or two, and they weren't that great at all. Long ball, speaking of it, all the way to Mason Clark, who's onside and well past Dom Hyam. Dom Hyam gets out there looking for a cutback pass, and well read. Couldn't get there. Why were you so late getting back, Dabo? Was that not available for Dabo to go and grab that? scrambling a little bit. Rathbone steps in front of that one, and options. The option is for Scar to clear and for Sam Smith to go and try and collect, and he does. Well done, Sam Smith. Gets it to Dobson. Issa Kabore. Nice little touch there. Advance, switch far side. Oh, had the options. Thompson was running. My PlayStation controller was going nuts. I was like, get it. Didn't get over there in time. And we still got the ball. Scar. Doyle. Give away. Just give up a free possession. What are you talking about, broadcaster? It will be that form. And then ends the sentence. What were you talking about? Kitchen on a run, open space, green everywhere. Oh, that's a foul and maybe a yellow. Later in the game, I think that's a yellow as Rathbone dragged his heels through Eccles and ripped him to the ground. Rah. You can't go through the back like that one. I think he's lucky. I think he's really lucky not to get a yellow on that one. Those brown paper bags distributed to referees throughout the EFL for this game and the next week.
Absolutely horrible attempt. What was he thinking?
I don't know. Are we jittery here a little bit? You know, I don't think I've seen Doyle just kick it out. Rathbone's a little bit off. Dobson's his position to play seems a little bit scattered, running around, and even that from Rathbone, high kick and woof, that looked potential far corner and it got blocked down from Thomas Asante's effort. Ward was going over there, but I was looking at it thinking that's going to come off the post potentially. Just let it go. Oh no, decides not to. Ward's going to stop it and pick it up. Breathe, everybody, including the men in red. Come on now. Danny Ward back underway. Is that Rathbone again, just leaning on him? Whew. Yeah, that's 20 minutes to keep him out, and I would love to get a goal early. For the Horde. A World of Warcraft expression, but it fits well here. I'll still say for the sheep. John wanted Sheaf back for this one. Rathbone, opportunity here, able to get it. Had not much he could do with that one. He had to get it off of his foot and tried to get it to Windass, and Windass, had to get around a man and couldn't get over there. So a giveaway. We just need ball at foot a little bit. Start to bang out some of the jitters, because even we're coming up to 17 minutes here, but I'm watching Dobson, I'm watching Rathbone, and they're making me nervous. Dom Hyam getting cheated up. He's been beaten by Mason Clark twice, but then also, where's Mr. Kabore? There he is, jogging backwards. And I know hard on the wing backs because you expect them to run the line and be superheroes both ways, but I don't want to get exposed in the back as it's Mason Clark dancing around. Into the area, headed up, flicked on, but only as far as Thomas Asante over on the right-hand side. Looking, right foot, blocked. Cracks are forming. Calm down. We're all good. This is the first half. And to be fair, with how we've normally, well, not normally, but prior to the last 3 weeks, how we've been in the first half, Jesus, Rathbone. Another lazy, crazy foot-in challenge that, I mean, the flop didn't help, and I'm not saying that there was a foul, but if he misguided that one, he just looks off. A second late. Thomas with the ball. Possession's got to be 70% Coventry, 65-35, it says right now. Onyeka. Far left side. Grimes, Mason Clark now. Taking on Issa Kabore. Out to the outside. Flicked on. Dangerous! Goal. Fuck me. That's gorgeous. We're out of it. What we didn't need was an early goal for Coventry. John called it. Cracks are forming. I mean, Issa Kabore didn't provide much defensively. Mason Clark got around him, and it's the law firm to the financial advisor. Money in the bank for Coventry. You watch this on the highlights, and just fakes going towards goal, cuts back the other way, flipped up, and Doyle too late to react. Thomason not running with Asante. Some kind of goal. That was, I got to give it to him, a great cross. Just past the foot of Kabore, just over the head, and Doyle and Thomason. Doyle says, "Where are you?" to Thomason. All right, time to go. Time to go.
What the
That's a good shout, John. Not throwing rocks, but where was Scar? To be fair, I think he had the high man to the left of Hyam, 3 yards up. Darby could actually pull off a madness. I'm not going to say it's impossible, Ramtastic, but to be fair, if you haven't been watching Wrexham for the last 2 months, other than the last 2 games, we've been absolute shite in the first half and then come out like gangbusters late. So for me, being down 1-0, if this encourages Coventry to start to go to its bench early as we kind of expect, it leaves things up and available for us. But just a reminder for those referring back to that graphic that I made yesterday, if you end up losing one, we can still win, and that puts Derby on the beach, and it would just be Hull having to make up the goal differential. We lose both, we're in trouble. Lose one and draw one, and you give the keys back to Hull City or to Derby. Either one of them can jump us then. So end of the day, it's time to go. You know what? I can't say Smith out of gas. The reality is we've got 2 guys in the midfield who look really nervous right now. And that's Rathbone again, just flopping on the deck. And he just doesn't look like himself. And there's Dobbo late getting started. Like, those 2 concern me more than anybody else. Because without them being on point, and I haven't seen both of them off this way at all since they've joined Wrexham. Their touches are not on. Rathbone's made like 1 egregious challenge, 1 almost egregious challenge. And yeah, Dan Scar had the marked man over top 3 yards up. I mean, the reality is that's just a great, like an amazingly crossed ball. He beat Kabore, just got it over his boot, just got it over Scar. And Thomason didn't run with Asante, and Doyle didn't get a chance to pick him up. So yeah, Des says all he needs is a sub. If I'm parking, I'm watching this. It seems off, and you know, I'm 7-8 years into watching football. I'm not near as veteran as you are or Parky is, but that's the obvious. Bryn says AO would have made that save. I don't know. God, another great ball in. Asante couldn't get to it, and they'll get a corner. We are under siege, and if this goes south and we give up 2 or 3 goals, you effectively can stick a fork in us, because we would need a lot of help. And right now, they're just having a lot of fun, Mason Clark and Asante. I need me some Broadhead. The only way to, when you've got Coventry with their touches and their stuff going on, you need somebody who's got that in response, and that's the corner just straight to Danny Ward, easily collected. He's going to distribute quickly, and then he gets away one that as soon as he puts it in the air, he just bows his head. And we're in panic mode. Danny Ward, the KG veteran, is racing and making mistakes. Rathbone making mistakes. Dobbo making mistakes. And at the end of the day, somebody's just got to settle the fuck down. because we're rattled. Grimes switch left-hand side. De Silva maintains control, brings it back. Grimes, De Silva. Ooh. I'll put it on early. What do I care? I'm not going to wear this one because the new toque hasn't been the luck. It's been the old toque. I'll wear it for the whole damn morning. I don't care. I've got to turn my gains up because now I can't hear anything because I'm muffled. Oh, I'm not hopeless, and especially because our first halves have been crap anyway. Kabore with it, 9 yards out, taking on De Silva, stepping over top. Can he get it back? Through the leg, nutmeg. Thomason there, Rathbone's gone! Not over by any stretch. Not hopeless, John, and I said Rathbone's got to figure something out. He hasn't been himself. He hasn't been doing a thing. He's been coughing up the ball. He looks jittery, and you know what he says to me? Right there. Look at it. That's what he said to me. I'll show you. And Ollie Rathbone delivers, puts it in 1-1. Whew. Out of nothing. 25 minutes of absolute garbage and Rathbone looking like absolute crap. And then he steps up. Thomason was thinking about it. Thomason, you watch, he was going to take it and he's running back and goes, nope, Ollie's there. I'll step out of the way. Left foot buried. Jason with it. Ollie and whew. Left foot delivered and right through the legs of Rushworth. That's in hockey. That's a 5-hole goal, and you don't see a lot of 5-hole goals when the net's that big. Right between the legs, that much thump on it that Rushworth couldn't even get his legs down in time. Kabore did well. I'll give it to him, Dez. I've been hard on him. 26th minute, 25th minute, the goal went in. 26th minute now.
He gave up one on one side, and then he made a nice pass on the other. Okay,
there you go. We'll take it. Game on. Game on. Oh. Now we run. Now the pendulum shifts a little bit because now you've got confidence and we're still in this. This is going to be a day of emotions and we're all feeling them. I'm dying. I'm dying.
Am I the only one that always wonders when they make a pass back, like it's essentially that kind of nutmeg like that? How many times did the defender just be so on top of it they got there too early and missed the ball? Do you know what I mean?
Why are we not getting a free kick? Hold on. Free kick against us? Dobson's playing patty cake with the referee. Bing. How is this on us? He's headed it down, and then he blocks, runs into Smith. How did they get the free kick going? What? I got you, Sharky. It's the only thing I can. I disagree strongly with this call. Thank you for not blasting the expletives, Bryn, into the chat. What the hell call was that? Rushworth runs out, 18-yard box, gets his head on the ball, makes a meal out of it, gets his head onto it, drives the ball into the ground, and because he's thrown himself forward, he's stumbling, and he falls into Sam Smith and wipes him out. Foul on Sam Smith. Sam Smith couldn't have got out of the way. Anyway, onward. Dom Hyam thumps it the other way, and I can't remember what you were talking about, Bryn, because I got all excited there and all distracted, and my brain's not functioning at 4:30 in the morning. But whatever you said, I was pithy and brilliant, and, and I'm sorry that my mind completely lost it.
I was talking about sometimes I see passes end up going through defenders' legs, and I on crosses, and I'm thinking that the timing to pick when the guy's going to extend his leg and be able to do it seems impossible. Is it just how many times do you think, wait a minute, I think the defender was just too on top of it, got his foot there too early, and we got lucky the pass went through someone's legs? I think about that sometimes. I don't know, but
yeah. And I don't know either. And you're going to have to take over for 2 seconds because I just realized I'm not plugged in. and I'm going to lose my whole setup here, so I got to run. Just take it for a second. Ooh.
How was that not a yellow? Yeah, John Lane. Okay, they did give him the yellow. Thank God. That was brutal. There was nothing about that he was trying. Who's taking it? Dabo is? Okay. I'm sorry, guys. I'm Paramount's a few seconds behind compared to Shaun. Pretty good pass, good play, but they double team Rathbone and unable to make anything happen. Throw in for us. Windass with the ball. Rathbone playing pass back and forth. Dabo swings it around. Doyle looking. Tries to connect with Windass just a smidge long.
Okay, we're good. Whew. And I lost the toque in that whole melee. So nothing happened out of that. And I also didn't make a comment I missed there with the the stumble back into our own player, wiping him out after the free kick earned by Kabore, who just got hauled down. But 30 minutes in, I'm scrambled. I'm jittery. Fortunately, the 11 on the pitch seemed to have settled it down. Momentum is not all blue as it's headed down. Thomason with control. Back to Doyle. Slid through the middle. This is a little bit more normal. Dobson, Rathbone had to save that one from a diving Onyeka, who's already on a yellow. It's up to Kabore. Kabore on our own side of half lost it. Had it on his feet, faked himself out. Gave the ball up, and it's Mason Clark going the other way. Beats Hyam. Professional foul. Play advantage. Giving it to him, cross in the area, headed down, trouble, 18-yard box, heavy touch, and we got lucky there. Dobson able to grab that one in front of, was that Onyeka or Van Eok? Chases on for Smith. Can he get there? He can't. Opportunity there. He's going to let it, and we'll get a throw in on our side. Missed touch by Thomas. Focus. The announcer talking about it there that makes you wonder. Just gave that one up.
It's a lot of great hustle by Smith, earning us possessions in our.
Yeah, I've got to put the pressure on and ask the question, right? Like button's down below if you haven't smashed it. Go ahead and do that. Love that.
It's just underrated how much he works and what can come out of it.
There are too many Thomas something or others. Thomas Asante, Thomason, Thomas. I agree, Gail. If you're talking about ours, theirs I didn't like so much, but both of them were pretty goals. That's got to be a foul, no? Through the back with the forearm shiver, but nothing there. And Danny Ward's going to go and grab it as the ball. Thomason, wake up! Thomason was looking the other way, and Ward gives him service, and this is through opportunity. Josh Windass, left foot, couldn't cut it back across, and then gets bounced on by Thomas over Josh Windass, and Josh is like, "What am I supposed to do here?" Look at Thompson was looking the other way. Did you see him panic on that? I mean, he got there eventually and made a nice pass. When I was wondering, do you think Josh could have cut back that one? He had Van Ewyck and Thomas to beat, but if he was, Sam Smith was right there if he was able to go and get that. Thought now tells me that Rathbone scored a goal. He did, and they got it right, Deandra. 6-7 minutes later. Rushworth with it, advances it forward to Onyeka. Well done, Thomason. Free kick. Thomason was. I see this move all the time by Richie Larea when he was playing for Nottingham Forest and for Canada. You think that the foul is there, so you grab it with your hands to force the call. That time he grabs it, and the ref just says that's a handball. It goes the other way. Trying to eke out an extra possession there. Forcing the referee to make the call. Season 1, we talked about defibrillators and needing them all the time. National League, every game you had to have a win. Remember the good old days for us 4 years ago? I'm starting to feel like I need the defibrillator again. Maybe we should just put everybody out into the bog like we did in season 1, too. Continual cycle to the bathroom so that we can score some more goals. 33rd minute, 33 seconds, 33 minutes, 30 seconds, and just Coventry possession and pass about. But feeling much more confident as to how this one's going as Thomas Asante beats Thomason, goes on a run, splits the difference there, and earns himself a free kick between Doyle. The guy's just a weapon. He's single-handedly laying the beats to us. Was that Dobson and Doyle? I know Doyle for sure. I think the other player was Dobson, that he was splitting the gap, and he would have got through if not fouled. Grimes, Van Ewek, Asante, and Rathbone foul. We can't handle this guy. There's no card in it or anything. Uh-oh.
Rathbone defense is shit today. I lost Shaun. I don't know what he's doing. Sorry, guys. We got a kick here. Hopefully Rathbone wakes up defensively. Just sticking the leg in here is not good. Yeah, I know. Sweep the leg. That's what I should be. That's what he's doing all game. Here's the play in, headed back. Coventry still with it. They're going to chip it up again, sending it wide, far post. Muck around out front. Gets cleared out by Matty James, I believe. Thomason now. Rathbone to James. Thomason with it, running up the middle. Gets it over to Rathbone. Try to connect with Smith. Smith working hard. Oh, and Rathbone has to knock someone down again. No, it's Dabo this time. That was a little bit of a dive on that one. Yeah, embellishment. He went down pretty fast. I'm okay with the refereeing so far. I wouldn't have given us the Thomason dive and grab ball either. And we've been, Rathbone alone's been following the shit out of Coventry. So it's another slice in. Doyle heads it down. Not a great one. Coventry puts it back in and puts it out. Our goal scorer was Rathbone. Yeah. It was ball was sent down the right side. It was out to Kabore. Kabore cut the ball back. It's just sitting in the middle, and we had two players that could have knocked it home, and Rathbone had the most direct line. So Thomason gave way, and Rathbone blasted it, and it was almost right at the keeper. It was just hit so hard the keeper didn't have time to fall. So it just went right past his legs and in. Wow, Ward comes out, way out the box there. Great play by him because our defense was running in cement. That was a very well-weighted pass by Coventry midfield, I believe. Almost sprung for a wide-open goal. Ward all on top of it. To be fair, like someone earlier said that Arthur would have stopped the play by Asante where they scored. There's no way Arthur would have been out that far. He's very cautious about coming out, and that's where Ward being aggressive with that made a difference, a positive one. Pretty good send in here. Oh, look at this steal by Thomason. It's got all off the post. No way. Here comes Windass trying again. Ball swung wide. Doyle chips it across deep. Nobody. Where was he hitting that to? So freaking hard. Coventry now with a breakout. Shaun's fighting his way back on here. Dobson with an awful miss. Springs Coventry. They've got numbers. Ball's out in front. Shit pass. They blow that. Wrexham clears, and it's all the way back. Coventry picking it up.
Am I back?
Field. You're back. Can you speak for me? He was here. Now he's gone again. Oh, Thomason had that. Yep, you're back voice-wise, but your picture disappeared. Let me see if I have you. Give me a second. Now you're doubling up on your audio. You're echoing, and it's you're doing it. Another flop by Coventry. Sorry, guys. Not calling out the game. I'm trying to straighten Shaun out. He's in and out, in and out, in and out.
$40 minutes,
There
20
he goes.
seconds.
He's back.
Van Ewek, long throw, 18-yard box. My apologies to all. I'll scramble and get everything
Now
else set
your
up.
audio
We'll do that
doesn't
at the
sync
half.
with your video, but I don't mess with it anymore.
I figured that was going to happen when everything crashed out, and I thought, damn, no gremlins, and then everything dies anyway. Rathbone's got it on the full run. We're looking for support at the midfield stripe. Still no support. And finally dispossessed, just nowhere to go. And eventually he's get framed out. It's going to be up to Mason Clark. They say Rathbone made a mess out of it, but that was no support. I don't know what else he can do except go to the sideline and try to hope for some support.
Yeah, well, the mess part was just giving the ball away.
Matty James pick up a yellow while I was gone, or did I miss something? Was that earlier in the game?
He did spill someone. I don't know that they gave him a yellow, did they?
Yeah, I got a yellow card sitting on the... Him and Onyeka, the two yellow cards picked up.
He might have. I was trying to help you get you back in, so...
Oh, and we hit woodwork, did we? Thomason bounced one off the woodwork on the left-hand side as the replay while I was away. That's all my fault.
By the way, tremendous work by Smith to get that opportunity. So
Asante advances it up forward. Van Ewek going to be a corner right-hand side, 42nd minute to the left of Ward, the right on your screen, the near side, and in swinger. I'm taking this off and getting comfy. Too hard on the ears with the toque on. Didn't need that sort of rush in the morning of what the hell happened to my computer. Fuck, nothing ever goes easy, right? Do I still have the chat going? Matt Grimes over the ball. Left-footed in swinger delivery.
That's going to haunt us. That Thomason opportunity was way too good. At least he hit the post. I mean,
shoulda, woulda, coulda.
It was definitely a shoulda.
I will say the nice thing about this, taking a look at the live stats, is, and yes, we'd want to be ahead, but I also want to score some goals. And our goals for sitting at 67. Let's get another one here. And I think we need two. Tiebreakers, just as a reminder, they're going to take the short corner, put it out 18-yard box, and they're now over in the corner. Left-hand side, Mason Clark playing with it back to De Silva. Mason Clark, 3-on-3, nice little back heel. Flipped up into the air, blue kit everywhere. How does it seem like they've got us so outnumbered as it's all the way over on Onyeka, where Thomas Asante normally is? It's into the area, push, dive, stepped over top, spilled there, and it's going to be a foul going our way in the Coventry fans. That's got to be the right call. Thomason looking to try and get help getting up here. Got grabbed there. Thomas Asante then holds. That's a flop. And then Thomason falls over top of him. Ollie Rathbone goes and he gets clipped by Asante. Oh, he didn't say that the clip in the heel. I think the broadcaster missed the clip in the heel. So I was saying, tiebreaker, just so that you have it, points first, goal differential second, goals for third, and then points as against tied teams. So we don't have that against Hull City. We do have that against Derby. In a three-way tie, it goes to Hull City. And so, but goals for is a potential deciding thing. So getting up to and even with Hull would be, and surpassing them even would be better. So I don't think we're already ahead of Derby on goals for, but we're behind in goal differential. But adding this being a high scoring affair would be beneficial to us. Add 2 or 3, and hopefully it's a 3-1 win, 4-1 win. But get at it. Well, and it's interesting. I agree with you, Lee. He just said, I'm assuming you're hearing the same broadcast, that Lampard's club won't be happy with the chances that they've had. I mean, I've only watched maybe 4 Cov games so far this year. There have been chances in this game, right? There's been some defensive lapses. There's been some defensive saves. There certainly have been chances for both clubs. And maybe it's the fact that a team that's only allowed 45 goals now so far has had 2 real good opportunities against them. Extra time, I actually didn't see what popped up for the added time. Was it 1 minute? And that's what we're taking. And it looks like they're just looking to throw this one in and call it. That's the whistle for the half. That is, let's be honest, a good outcome. Yes, we would love to be ahead by 5, but realistically, we anticipate Cov is going to rotate some players in early and let them go, and we're going to have chances in the second half. Wrexham is a second half team. I will take that 1-1. Brendan, you saw that whole thing. What's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think that woke us up. Their goal, we started to pick it up. We looked pretty good after that going forward multiple times. Smith's action is making us so much happen. And yeah, we could be up 2-1 right now. I really think Thompson probably should have made that. Yeah. I'm thinking I'm positive about the second half.
Yeah, I'm in the same, and I'm also really, part of me is a little bit comfortable with the fact that Thomason didn't score, because then I would have been banished for the rest of the game.
Well, you put the toque on, and 20 seconds later we scored, so everyone was giving you credit for that, and then
I disappeared. I would have just had to have done something special. I could have jumped in and then just sat and spun in my chair and just done crazy things until we found another goal. Possession, if we're going to go through the stats and go through that, possession 66%, 66% to 34%. Expect XG dead even, 0.56 to 0.55. And despite all of that possession by Cov, total shots 8-5 advantage us. Only shots on target, 1 each though. Need to find some better efficiency. That's who we are, 33.4%. We're comfortable in that territory. We're getting the shots, but we've got to be more efficient. Passing 241 to 105, that's well below our season average. Usually puts us close to about the 300 number, just south of. But that's indicative of the nature of play. It's interesting. You go through the shots. We lead in total shots, shots off target, block shots, hit woodwork, shots inside the box, shots outside the box. Lots of pretty play, lots of opportunities. I would suggest that their scoring opportunities have been more likely to be goals, where we're just mash the ball at the net and find out where it goes. Touches in the opposition box, one of those metrics I use to tell me who's getting the chances, 12 for Coventry, 8 for us. And just a quick look. Makes sense who's leading the charge on the FOTMOB players. Brandon Thomas Asante. Interesting that Rathbone's there. Obviously, he got the goal, but had himself a bit of a mare. And Issa Kabore, do we go light on him? 7.1. Has him third best out of our starting 11. Crazy. The lads have settled in. Hanger wants curly hair too. And Brandon, this one's too stressful for me. I've got to go for a little bit and take a bog break myself. And I'll be back. Can I trust you to mind everything?
Absolutely.
While I'm away. Thanks, guys. I'll be right back.
I have a guest host with me anyway. One of my cats feels it's time to get attention. No, it's Wrexham Day. All right, let me see what I can come up with here. That 66 to 34%, that's right in the old Wrexham sweet spot of possession. Pretty even on the expected goals there, which I think's fairly reasonable. They had some good chances, so did we. Let me change this. Let's see what other pictures are around. Rathbone after the goal, I presume, right? Yeah, his jump up after he ran behind net. Ah, look at that. Recognize a whole bunch of faces in the crowd there. There's Tim. I always like the crowd picks. Those are always good. Jump in here, see what you guys are doing. Your cat has a very expressive tail. Yes, full control of that. She'll use it to her advantage. Yeah, more caffeine needed. Good call, Deandra. Oh, looks like everyone just dipped out. Yeah, that was Tim from Fearless and Devotion. Correct, Woody. Yeah, everybody is running from chat. They're all going and getting themselves straightened out for a second half. Seatbelt, buckle themselves in, and get ready. SJ, huh? Sorry, I'm reading here. What else can I look for? Yeah, give me a second. I'll see what else I can find here. Pre-game show. See some other picks. Anything else around? This is the only game at the moment, so all the coverage is on us, which is nice. That I think that was Mason Clark going down that left side where they absolutely he made an incredible play where he Dobson's coming over to slide tackle as the Coventry sprinting down that their left side, our right. And he steps on the ball as Dabo goes to hit it. Dabo goes right in front of the ball, slides by, and as Mason Clark steps over the ball, he uses his heel on his trail foot to punch the ball ahead with a great pass. I'm not sure who it was on Coventry that was trailing that. And that sprung them for a great opportunity. That was all class. Andy's pacing around. Yeah, I can imagine. I would be if I wasn't trying to stay in front of the camera, right? Let's see. Oh, there we go. With some pre-game warm-up stuff here. Maddie, James, and everybody there.
And we're back.
Shaun is back.
Putting white cap and black cap on for the second half. Let's start with the white cap. That is, I do anticipate, and I hope that it is true, that Coventry follow the same path as Burnley and Reading before them. Like I said earlier, of those teams that have already clinched 2 games before, they tend to come out with close to a starting 11. They've done that. But they put in their subs earlier and give everybody minutes to sort of the last home game of the year to have that time in front of the crowd. So I'd like to see the B squad come in. That's one thing, keeping the white cap on. We're a second half team. We have been all season long, especially in the second half, after some pretty atrocious first halves. And so we're into this one. I'm sure Parky's got him pumped up as to go and get it. And so I expect us to come out, shot out like a cannon. The jitters seem to have disappeared. And so that all gives me comfort and confidence going forward. The downside, take the white hat off, put the black hat on. You're looking at a Coventry team that has 91 goals for, 45 goals against. And you think there's got to be a lot of blowout potential wins there. But Coventry, that's not the case. Coventry is a team that has a magic in winning by 1 goal. They've only had 3 wins, or sorry, they've had. I'm now wrong. I'd have to go back to ChatGPT. They've only had 4 blowout victories, that being 3 goals or more all season long. They're a team that has, out of their 26 wins, the vast majority of them have been 1-goal wins. It's what their magic has been. And so you'd have to think, if you're putting on the black hat, follows the script of who Cov is that they just find a way to end up taking 3 points in the closest of games. And so if you're us, that's got to make you feel a little bit nervous. I'm just nervous anyway. This is crazy. Strange to see Wrexham come out so nervous. And that's true. But if you're with me, Jed, and I don't know, Brendan, what your thoughts are, the jitters were definitely there really until after they scored. Have we seen that before? Is that a true depiction of what we saw? And have we dealt with it, or do we expect it to show up potentially in the second half as the pressure mounts?
I don't know that we're going to see the pressure. I mean, I think we woke up a little bit after they lulled us to sleep with their first 10 minutes of, pass
center
around
back, kickabout.
the back. Yeah. And our energy levels dropped. They scored. We woke up, and then we looked like a team you'd be proud of, trying to move forward and work. And we had a couple of really good opportunities and put one in the net there. So a very good earned goal. And yeah, I mean, they obviously have some guys showing some serious quality. We're outmatched by a couple of their players. Clark's just ruining us on the left side and Asante on the right. But other than that, we look very capable.
Yeah, if we're looking for subs, those two can come out. I mean, I'd be happy to see them take a break. I think they put in a good shift. If I'm Lampard, take them off. Rodrigo, and you got bit by the bot there, and I don't know why. Oh, all the caps. So sorry, got my red Stampeders cap on with the white horse colors. Woody repping Calgary in the CFL. To John's comment about the draws recently from Coventry, they have the 1 blowout win against Portsmouth that they had in the last game, 5-1. But he's right in the sense that since in the month of April, they have gone 0-0 Hull against Hull on the road, 0-0 at home against Sheffield Wednesday, 1-1 again on the road in Blackburn, and then they're tied 1-1 here. So it has been draws recently, and man, just find a way. find a way. You eke this out. That graphic can go back up if it's helpful. You take the win here. You put Derby on the beach, and you basically set the gauntlet down to Hull City to say to them, you've got to now go out into Norwich and you've got to win by 3+. If we get the win, 4+. If we win by 2 goals, 5+. And it starts to become one of those things where a win today really helps us. A loss doesn't end us. We still have the chance for a win, but we give over the keys to the car. A draw does roughly the same thing and puts the power into their hands. Unless we go and get a win, the pressure comes back onto us to take control of things against Middlesbrough. Just get the win. I just want to have a calm, relaxing week. And that certainly goes a long way, because you sit and look at Hull City and how they've been recently, and to ask them to come and get 4 or 5 goals against a Norwich side that's been playing very well as of late. I'm just scrolling through to see how many times Hull has scored 3 goals or more. March 21st against Sheffield Wednesday. They got a 2-goal win against Derby, 4-2. Doesn't just not there. 3 goals against Preston, and then 3 goals against Portsmouth. And so it's not impossible for them to get to 3, but a 4-goal lead just not on the cards for them all season long. So it'd have to be something miraculous to get there. The other interesting thing, just talking about tiebreakers, just so that you have it in case this fascinates people or interests them at all. If there is a 3-way tie, that would have to happen at 72 points. We'd have to lose both. I can't get to 72 points. How did I get to a 3-way tie? I'd have to go back to the standings. If it does, anyways, Hull City has the tiebreaker because they've had the 2 wins against us, and they had a win and loss against Derby. The only time we would have the advantage if it went to that tiebreaker would be us against Derby County. The only way that we would get to that would be at 70 points.
You said draw would get us there, so.
Which that would be 73, but Derby can't get there. The only way we get to a 3-way tie is we would have to lose, stay at 70. Hull would be at 70, and Derby would be at 70. Which at that point we wouldn't get there unless we went and scored 3 goals here. Coventry, right to left on your computer monitors. Wrexham from left to right. I'd rather take the win now. I don't know if we can beat Borough, especially because they could be a team that's playing for it all. We're underway, by the way. Sorry, I'll get to give you the counter as we get going, Brendan, here, as that's going to be a throw-in for us. Irrespective of what happens today, we are going to be watching that Ipswich Town Southampton, or at least the scores. We are all hoping for Ipswich to take out Southampton, because if they do, Middlesbrough would be resting for the playoffs and have nothing to play for. If it's a draw or Southampton pull the win out on that one, Middlesbrough's looking up at second place and licking their chops and saying they're in with a shout, and they'll be coming out. So 45 minutes and 50 seconds coming up right now. Rathbone's got it back to Danny Ward, 45-55 right there. As it's delivered, Sam Smith trying to flick that on, and he does. Gets it to Windass. He's got Kabore, Red Kid moving forward, 30 yards out, 20 yards out. Kabore cuts towards the middle, back heel, leaves it for Windass. Staring, looking, flipped into the box for Kabore, out to the outlet to Dobson. Kabore picks it up over on the right-hand side, 18 yards. I'm liking possession, early cross, and that's not a good one. Just delivers it right into the hands of Mr. Rushworth. Hey, Duke, thanks for subscribing. Welcome to the party. That's not okay. Lazy going, what's the worst thing that ever happened to you? Once I was a cannibal. That's the most random statement that we've had in a watch along. Coventry just standing on the ball, running around with their center backs. It's with Kitching, who's going to go through the midfield and then gives it and turns it over. And then the slide forward back pass between splits both of our players, Dobson. And who was that on the other side? Smith. And so Coventry just ends up collecting it. If we draw, we end up 73 points. Derby County wins. Or sorry, 72 points. We draw, we end up at 72 points. Derby's got better goal differential. They've got 9 to our 6. And so they end up taking. That's why they're still alive. And because it's draw, we wouldn't be improving on our goal differential. Long ball, dangerous. Is it going to go out? Just a little bit too heavy? It is, and it goes out. Right, can't get there. Chart is up on the Discord channel, and I'll redo it. As soon as the game's done, I'm going to redo that one and get it out so that everybody has it that says exactly where we are and what we need to do going into the final day. And hopefully it's the only outcome. Get a win here. The only way that we can't get through is with a loss and a whole city win where they score 3 or more. And if we can make this a 3-3 draw, they'd have to go one more over. I'd love to go up lots of goals. That's going to be too much hands there by Mr. Thomason. Broadcaster here thinks it should be a yellow card. I don't think that there was much of a threat in that, so I don't think he'd give it. You just call it the foul. Candy Striped Shredder says, I think we're going to have to beat Borough at the race course. Yeah, well, we'll see how it goes as Coventry moving all forward. I hope he didn't jinx it with something going to the back of the net right here, but a block saves us there, and Dabo gets it around, and that's a free kick for us by Eccles for a grab, and he's getting the yellow. Whoa! I mean, I'll take it. I don't. That's inconsistent. And the broadcaster's saying the same thing. Thomason just got away with. Now, unless you're going to say he got him by that wasn't a shirt tug. That was a whole pull on the hip.
Lee calling his shot more in the 85th minute for the winner.
There we go. We'll take it. Yeah, the only difference for me to the ITV broadcaster here is, do you say that because he got him around the hips and the waist and pulled back the body and not the shirt, that's the difference? I don't think it should have been. You either give no card to either, you give a yellow card to both. But whatever, I'll take it. New subscriber, welcome to the party, Phil. Candy Stripe Shredder. Lee, if you turn out to be right, I'm starting a religion in your name. Geldart. What tome do we read? Cov with it, standing at the midfield stripe, just passing back and forth to each other before they move it forward. Now it's Mason Clark taking on Issa Kabori, 18 yards out, 9 yards out. Back. This is how the first goal went in. Didn't have the pass, and so he lays it up. Grimes, left-hand side. Da Silva is filled in all the way back. That's not right. Who was that? That was Mason Clark who slid all the way over. And now it's Van Ewijk over to the right-hand side. Asante. Taking on Thomason. Thomason with him so far. Lost the ball. Rathbone comes in and just slaps it out. Forces a throw. We all wearing Tukes during service. Meet at church, 3K UK, 3 o'clock UK time every Saturday. Pull the arm, not the shirt. Got it. 3-1 sounds good. 4-1 sounds better. Lining up for a long throw here. Deep, near post. That went further than I thought. Middle post is a floater out to 25 yards, and it's flicked up and too high. Straight up over top. Or the ref has been warning the players to stop being grabby and has started issuing cards accordingly. Yeah, John, it's just one of those things. It's like in baseball when you bean somebody, and then the referee warns both sides. The other side ends up taking the penalty when they did nothing. The straw that broke the camel's back, I guess. Maybe that could certainly fit. As Danny Ward looks to get us going on the restart. Right side of the pitch, Smith flicks it on, headed back the other way. Dabo, nice little forward. Oh, can we go and get it? Dabo spinning on the ball. Well done, gets it all the way back to Mr. Scar. And Rathbone, just dispossessed in the middle of the pitch, but too heavy a touch, and it goes back to Matty James. And what did we call there? He was playing advantage on what? And now he's pulling somebody to talk to somebody. I didn't even see the foul. He's going to go talk to Ollie Rathbone. It's a headmaster to speak about, and he gets a yellow card for it. I missed it. Was that for pissing and moaning? Rathbone gets dispossessed here. Oh, and then he grabbed his jersey and gave him a tug, and that's when the harm goes up. All right. Just win, baby, not bothered how we get there. Although I do think a Lee Geldart religion would work. So we're keeping an eye out for the 83rd minute.
That shirt.
Free kick. What are we, 40 yards out? 35 yards out? Everybody lined up 20 yards away from from the goal line, I guess, not Danny Ward. Stop grabbing shirts, Deandra with the message. Goes towards the far post, headed, and it's not going to roll out into touch. As Mason Clark gets it, grabs it back. Da Silva now with it. Onyeka, sorry. Swung in, headed away. Thomason going to run on, counter punch. Cov comes back, and so we're just going to maintain possession and slide it back through. Daz had a heart attack, thought Rathbone was already booked.
He should have been. That's the thing.
That's a free kick. Right through the back. Really well done, my ass. Cov into the area. Dangerous. Looking, couldn't get the shot away. Well done, holding up from committing the foul, and it's going over to the right-hand side. Van Ewijk in, and big save! Danny Ward might have hit the post, but the question got asked, and he dives over left-hand side. Did he not go through his back on that?
Oh, yeah, he did.
Like, you're framed out, you've got the ball in front of you, and he goes through. Oh, it was going to go in. That is an impeccable save. Put an asterisk on that one. 54th minute. Danny Ward, full stretch. Left-hand side. You just got the hand on it. Jesus. Left-footed in-swinger from the far right side. It's up. It's going far post. Is it going to carry too far and go out? No, it's going to get headed back into the box and just touched on by Rathbone, but dangerous there. Deflection, and it goes wide. Ward starting to convince Deandra that he's a shot stopper. Wow. And then what's impressive about that, too, is when the shot was taken, Ward's momentum was moving him away from where the shot was going to his left-hand side. He was able to get down, push off, and get all the way over there and get that left hand on it. And by the way, 55th minute, Mr. Lampard, anytime here you want to showcase that amazing Coventry team that you have and start to bring them. As just as I see that, I start to see blue movement, kit moving over on the far side. Begin the party, the celebration, wind it down. Everyone's having a good time and clapping their hands. It's a big celebration. It's time to show off. Look at all the ponies in the stable.
Clark looks tired. So does Asante.
Yeah. Free kick for us, 35 yards away. Dabo's going to take it with the right foot. Everybody lined up 19 yards away from Rushworth. Let's do a thing here on this. Let's do a thing. Turn it into a party for something. Let's get it. Up over it. Rushworth kind of made a mess out of that one. I thought when he was going backwards that could be a problem. Long throw out and way too far. Nobody can accuse Cov of sitting on this one, right? What are people's thoughts on DKD coming out 16 goals for Barnsley and only playing 26 minutes at most for us?
He was a insurance policy. He wasn't a You know,
I would have liked to have seen more of him, but it's one of those things. A September window, you see something much different, right? I guess Dan Scar coming in and being Mr. April. Could you have thought DKD maybe? I'm okay with him not. I saw Lewis O'Brien putting his shirt back on, so we can anticipate he's coming on at some point.
makes total sense. Rathbone is out of his mind defensively, so
and on a yellow.
Yeah, we can't go a player down. You can't trust him. He's only been told how many times not to grab shirts, and he just like derobed that guy and had to get a yellow.
Throw in here. Coventry with it. Subs now, is Parky okay? There's certainly something to that to be said to that, Matt Al, that if I was DKD, I'd probably ask the question, but I mean, that's how the cookie crumbled. And I didn't see it, Stewart, to be able to have an opinion, to be completely fair. Is Mason Clark feeds up to De Silva. It's back to Grimes. Grimes over to De Silva, 9 yards, fake the cross. Dabo was on him defensively. He comes back, and it's dangerous. Mason, lots of space over here for a right footer, and well tackled and dangerous. Asante beats him into the area, and a bad touch there got us off the hook. That's the perfect summary, Matt Al, for exactly what we've been saying about Ollie, and you've summarized it. Ollie has the timing of a bass guitarist today. Offbeat. LOB coming in, so we lose some offensive muster, but we gain some defensive capacity. We knew that was going to be the sub before the sign even went up. Do we need speed or power? I don't know what.
I was worried there. Rathbone was scrambling around. I was like, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it.
Don't do it, yeah. Don't pick up that yellow now. 59th minute sub. What happened to Parky? That's not who we are. Dobson ekes out a possession, looking for Don Hyam, who turns to see if he's got options before going back to Ward. Delivered it, but it's just knocked down and headed down by Grimes, and it's going to be a Cov kickabout building up from Rushworth. You don't like a set-piece goal from Moore in the 83rd minute to turn Lee Geldart into the prognosticator? Can we run onto that ball? We got there first. Still pushing forward. Cut back pass. Knocked out corner. Well done by LOB. In a race with Thomas. And he's able to tear out a corner. I didn't think he was going to get to this ball. Shifting gears. Fresh legs, too. Got to help. That's the most heartfelt message ever. I'm proud of Parky, though, to adjust. He did a thing. Short corner. Flicked up, far post, up in the air, headed on, but chested down, still leaves it there, and Rushworth has to run onto it and does, just in front of Sam Smith. Brave to just chest that down and step out of the way to leave it for the keeper. Onyeka. I always mispronounce his name. Matt James gets in front of that one. Kabore is going to give it to Danny Ward to slap down the pitch. Windass was there. Couldn't maintain control, not happy about it. Van Yeewijk way over on the right-hand side. I was like, who's 27 way over there? Asante. I'll take anything that comes off of a red boot that crosses the goal line behind Rushworth at any point here before the 90th minute. Do you know the Muffin Man? The Muffin Man? How's this? Lewis O'Brien with the winner. That's not a foul. That's what? Did we get him? All right. Can't do the all caps. I don't think it was a flop. I think it was, you got to call it, I guess, as a foul. He had his leg there. It wasn't stuck in, but in moving the ball forward, he collided with Hyam, and that's where it is.
M's getting in.
M's defending basis everywhere. Dangerous ball flicked up, far post. Got to get up there. Dangerous, and all I saw was blue kit getting up, but they did the ma and pa. Who's going to head it? I'm head it. You head it. Nobody head it. It goes all the way to the end, and now it's blasted forward to try and get it to Windass, and we'll take a throw in just on their side of the halfway line. Far side, lots of space. Do a thing. Thomason draws it out. Doyle, he tried to get it on the deck through blue, and instead it got knocked down. Thomason 18 yards out. Going to draw it back to Dabo now. Doyle looking for a cross. It's knocked down and deflected to Rushworth. Canadian bassist playing A standard. How did this turn in? I have nothing to contribute on the musical side of things. So this is going to be all you guys. Advanced forward to run onto for Wright. That's a nice ball. Hyam's giving him the outside, but he's got to get closer now. Well done by Dom. Wright gets around him, and it's going to go out for a corner, and we'll take that. I will take that, because that final pass, if that got through, would have been dangerous. But instead, it's a corner from the near side, the left side. Hyam played him well. It was just that slide through at the end. Dear Mr. Lampard, look at all of those amazing players you have on your bench. Bring them all out. Bomb squad it. Left-footed out swinger going to be delivered here by Grimes. It's up. Outside the area almost, and it's flicked on. I don't know what he was doing there. Was he trying to deliver that far enough out that he could get it to Onyeka? And anyway, it doesn't work, and it's going to be all the way up to Thomas Asante. Doyle is out on him. Asante. Right foot, drag left. Right foot, drag up. Far post. Put back in. Dangerous. Kabore clear. We're on our back heels a little bit here. Just lining it all up for a counter punch, right? It's all the way back to Rushworth. Oh, come on. "25 minutes plus added time still to go. The heart rate starting to increase, the nervous energy. A goal is almost death. To be fair, it's really more about having a coin flip to get. We need a win in either game. Uh-oh. The back pass, no good. Now we're in trouble, but everybody scrambles back, and it's going to go out for a goal kick. Wow, did we get let off? Yikes. Whose back pass was that? Mr. Scar? Holy jumping Jesus. Onside. Dan Scar goes to head it back, and Van Ewage was already running behind. Holy jumping. Deandra. Wrexham, handle your poop. Don't need any nervous energy goals here. Let's just build some confidence up again. Doyle's going to let that go out. No, well played, and comebacks out. Thomason has to do some work, and he does. Gets it to Matty James, up to Dobson. He's going to swing it on to Issa Kabore. Kabore taking on his man. He's going to try and go around to Silva. The battle is on, and it's knocked out. We'll take a throw in. Oh, you thought offside, Al? I didn't. It's interesting.
It only looked like it that he played the kick and then ran in behind
Yeah, no, I thought he was onside on the kick. It was just because he got so far ahead. Dan Scar didn't see it anyway. I love this comment from Kim. Coventry looking far too interested in scoring goals for my liking. No kidding. Dobson having a protest moment with the official as to where he wants to take it. Why not just put it on the stripe? It's not like from 35 yards out, it's really going to matter if it's 2 feet over to the right, is it?
Complaining for complaining's sake.
A draw does nothing, though. A draw really does nothing. The ITV announcer saying it's not a horrible result. It's not a horrible result, but a draw does nothing.
No, it does. If Hull was to win by 2 goals or 3 goals, and we draw here and win, we'd have them on points.
But it leaves Derby in it. The question isn't Hull. The question is Derby. Nice opportunity. Sam Smith onside. That was the chance. Sam Smith had it, couldn't chip it over top. Gorgeous pass in, and Sam Smith goes running in, and he gets the shot away. It's off of Rushworth, off the defender, back off of Rushworth, and it doesn't go in. I say it does nothing for the simple fact that if you draw both or you draw one and lose one, you've left the path open for a straight up Hull win or a straight up Derby win.
Draw win. I guess if
but what I'm saying is you need a win in one of these 2 games.
Yes.
You need a win in one of these 2 games.
You said draw doesn't matter. I say it does, because if Hull spanks Norwich, they could catch us on goal difference if they were to spank Norwich. That's all I was saying.
That's the only thing that you're right. The only thing it does is take away the 3-goal spanking option next week. No foul called. 2-on-1. FOLOB forward. Josh Windass got to give him the pass back. It's behind him though. Flipped on. Left footed. Not enough in that. And Josh Windass knocks it back. Somebody run forward onto that ball. It's Matty James. And he misses. It's not there. That final touch, that final moment. Sam Smith with the opportunity there. And here we had 2 opportunities. And we just couldn't get that moment of brilliance. Sam Smith watching that one is it's just off the right foot from Rushworth, who'd come all the way out 17 yards out to cut off the angle. Could he have got it around him? If he would have just pushed that to his right-hand side, he would have had the whole side of the net. But he tried to flick over top. Didn't work. God. But yes, the draw, the only thing it does is eliminate the Hull City big win comeback, which I'm not... It's you've got to win one of 2. If you want to see off Derby and Hull City at the same time, you got to win one of 2.
Rewatching that Smith thing, I can't believe he didn't carry the ball to the right.
To the right, yeah. That's what I was.
He didn't even have to move right. He just had to keep going straight with the ball. I don't think the keeper could have taken him out.
I don't think he could have either, and neither defender was there either. So
and the defender had to hop the keeper. Like, if he just kept going straight, just one more step.
Subs lined up. Kiefer Moore, Nathan Broadhead, 70th minute.
Wow, it's interesting considering how many opportunities they've got since O'Brien came in, and then they're just going to tear that up. But
Wright coming off.
That's
I didn't know that he was searching for 50 goals. Not going to get it. Hadji, you're right. Sims draws in. You want his details? Sims has played. I mean, he's been a frequent sub. He's featured in 41 games. He's only had 14 starts. 10 goals. To Hadji Wright 17 in less minutes. So, and in fact, his goals and attack per 90 is better, 0.7 compared to Hadji Wright's 0.65. So, I mean, not a big difference. And I missed the other sub as I was sitting here looking at things. So I'll have to come back to the other option here. Smith and Windass off. Moore and Broadhead on. Haven't seen Broadhead in a while, and I'm hoping he's spry, and I hope he brings it. If the touch and class that he has is exactly what we're sort of looking for in the moment, is to have that moment of brilliance when we get that opportunity, right? And the crowd goes quiet. eerily still. Oh, possible giveaway there. And it is. Kiefer Moore grabs it, gets it to Nathan Broadhead. He's looking for options, still standing on the ball. Gets dispossessed, maintains, still battling with it. And we're going to play advantage. Go with it. Kabore with it. Gets around his man. 9 yards, cut back, cross, knocked down. We'll take a corner. Well done. Well done. Kiefer Moore coming in just in time. I will still preach to the chapel of Geldart if it's in the 73rd minute instead of the 83rd minute. We can all congregate here next Saturday. Left-footed in-swinger Thomason going to take this one. Torp, the midfielder, that's a regular starter, so that's not really a step down. Kiefer Moore being guarded by Mason Clark. Interesting that they'd end up taking one of their mids on him rather than somebody taller. Onyeka and Doyle getting a talking to from the headmaster. Kiefer Moore, he's looking far post. He can, oh no, he was faking it. Goes near post and the ball goes far post. Cleared. It's there for Doyle to knock it down. Can he turn and find and make something of it? The cross is there, goes out, and we'll take a corner from the other side. Find one. Find one. Wrexham fans, noisiest in the barn at the moment. I will miss you, Mad Al. I always miss you. Right-footed in-swinger Dobson. Dangerous up! I didn't know where that ball was going to go. We got a head on it, but instead it got flicked on over top. Oh, no, it wasn't us with the head on it. Throw in for us. Keep the pressure on. Let's turn this. Let's go after this now. Kabore with it, 10 yards, looking for a throw-in. Throws it in quickly. Nobody really defending. Odd. So Kabore, heavy touch. That was way too heavy, and then gets pulled down. Oh, and then just says he grabbed the jersey when he lost it. Kabore, I don't know what that was all about. No defending. Goes in, has a bad first touch, and then they just come in and take the ball from him, grabs the jersey, goes the other way. Lane. And the pressure is relieved. Grimes with it. Drawn back. Thomas Asante going forward. We've got somebody on the deck. Somebody's on the deck. Who is that? Grabbing the ribs.
Dobson,
well, I know it's not Kiefer Moore.
No, it's not Dobson.
LOB?
Doyle?
Oh, it could be Doyle.
He got landed on pretty good.
I didn't see it, to be completely fair.
He got under the two players up in the air, and then they landed pretty hard on him.
If it is Doyle and he's not able to go.
Yeah. Brunt hasn't been on the pitch in a while, but
so do you bring Max in and swap Hyam to the opposite side, or do you bring Brunt in?
Bring Brunt in. Hope magic happens.
Man, it could be a crazy game. 14 minutes plus added time here. It is Doyle. 14 minutes plus added time. The game on Saturday was going to be nuts because Middlesbrough is going to come into it potentially in one of two ways. Either needing a win, draw wouldn't work for them. They would need to get the win. And so they'd be going forward hard. And we could come into it recognizing we need to get the win. all offense all the time. It's a shootout at the Kairos. Let's hope that's not the case. And let's find something here. 13 minutes plus added time, which will now be extended because Doyle taking some time there as Danny Ward gets us restarted with a long delivery looking for Kiefer Moore, and it's just going to roll all the way to Mount Rushworth. De Silva, Grimes, over to Mason Clark, taking on Issa Kabore, 20 yards out. Lays up and brings it back. Grimes, flicked in behind. Is Ward going to go and grab it? Just let it go and take the goal kick. Yeah, DeAndre, talking about Chloe Anchors stepping away from playing and going into coaching. It's one of those things that we'll never know, right? And then the same idea with me as I thought that she had something, was excited to see what would come from it, but deciding to step away from playing. We'll see what happens. Come on, lads. 12 minutes plus added time. Let's go in and get it. Rodrigo was calling for it. Goal kick just lands on the foot of a Cov player, and here they come the other way again. Asante has a touch. Cov just still moving forward. De Silva plays it over, 30 yards out through the middle. Stabbed forward. Asante has it. Hyam got into it, and this is a dangerous one because it's not right up against the 18 yards. It's this 21, 22 yards out. Opportunity to go up and down if they can make it. Torp going to take it. Interesting midfielder. Looking to go up and down. I'm nervous. This is like that prime location. You don't want to be 2 yards or a yard and a half in because you're not going to have the space. This is right on the edge of that range that if he hits it right, there's piss all that the keeper can do.
He's brought the guy on, though. Hopefully he skies it. A little too amped up.
Scores. You knew it. You knew it. I mean, the reality is yes, it takes away because now we got to get 2 in 12 minutes. But the reality is that a draw or a loss doesn't matter, really. We have to get a win in the next 2, and we were lined up here with 11 minutes to go and find one, and that's been stripped from us, and that sucks. We can talk about it if we end up finding one here, but
I don't know how you let this in. You hit it right on your hand. Like, you gotta.
I'm surprised he was able to get through the middle with it.
That it just didn't look like it was hit that hard. Up
and down. I mean, that's when you are a professional footballer who has that in the repertoire. That's that exact situation that you're looking for in a game, is 21, 22, 23 yards out. And they sit there and they take those over and over and over again. And if you've got it in your repertoire, it's lethal. Goal differential now. It's down to 2 with Hull City.
If you don't think you can do it with your hand, you got to have a fist, and you just got to, like, pop that thing.
I'll give you that one. Danny Ward made a great save. He's been solid. Arthur would have had that. Arthur would have had that. Ding, ding, ding. Coming in like clockwork. I don't disagree. But then I don't know if problem with Arthur is rebounds and ball control. So I don't know. Got to go out and get 2 now. One only gets you part way. Kiefer Moore frames off the man, and then he gets run into. And why wouldn't that be a foul? through his back. We're fine. We get 2 cracks at it. Then we're at the Kairas. Tough to go into Coventry's barn and take a win. Corner for us, 82nd minute. I don't know what you mean, Stuart.
The wall usually jumps
on
kicks, and they didn't jump, is his point.
Right-footed in swinger. That's got to be Dabo serving it up. It's 6 yards. Header up over top. Scar was there. Just missed up over top. 7.5 plus added. Oh, in comes everybody. Hollywood FC in the mud again. You've never been in the mud. Well, yes, National League, but in the last 3 years in the championship, we haven't been in the mud. We're just setting up the script. Just setting up the script for an epic final day. Southampton and Wembley. But yeah, it probably will be, seeing what we'll need. We'll all be watching and cheering for Ipswich. At home, Middlesbrough. I think more. Tied on points, 2 goals up on the goal differential with Hull. It becomes one of those things where if you do end up winning, you're going to be watching. You both end up at 73. You send off Derby. And it's who scores more. Kiefer Moore gets dispossessed. That was Van Ewijk just comes back and gets it. Pushed forward. LOB settles it down. Matty James going to grab it. Send it back to Dom Hyam. All the way over to Issa Kabore. It will be, Lily. It's all set up for Saturday. Hollywood likes drama. Oh, yeah. Scottish Viking Jesus. That's what we need right now. Mr. Fletcher. Moore lost it. Is he injured now? He's grabbing his ankle. LOB grabs it. He gets pushed in the back. Free kick for us. What's Kiefer doing there? He's still grabbing his ankle. No rest. Issa Kabore. Right-hand side. Touch through. Stabbed back to Dom Hyam. We're going to go all the way back to Ward. 4.5 minutes. Draw doesn't do anything for us. Well, it does very little for us. It makes it a 3-goal comeback opportunity that would be asked on the whole side. And helps us on the goal difference side. Lee Gildart, false prophet. Right footer danger and just misses on the right-hand side. I was asking for subs, and then this guy comes in and Torp delivering the goods. How many goals does he have? Is he just... not really emptying the bench, are you? 8 goals, 6 assists. So, yeah, no joke for Torp. Grimes coming off. Of their starting 11 outfield players, of their 10 outfield players, Matt Grimes has had more minutes than anybody else for Cov. 3,947 minutes out of the 3. So he's only been off for 13 minutes so far this season. Jamie Allen drawing in. 21 games. Now this is his 22nd, 4 starts, so 18 times off the bench for Mr. Allen, and the time ticking away. What I meant was a more ankle injury in the 85th minute. Got that wrong. He took it off the boot anyway. Come on. 3 minutes at a time. I think this is just one of those ones we're not going to expect to. You can shove your what up your what? What are they singing in Cov? Documentary is too many vowels. Issa Kabore eked out a possession, got it, but then gave it right back. Dom Heim's going to go and grab it. LOB knocked it down, couldn't maintain possession, though. And it's back to Rushworth. Matt Alec going with the kit. We never seem to do well in the home kit playing away. No, we've only used the one or two windows. We've used. Oh wait, no, the two windows. O'Brien on the first window in the 60th minute, Broadhead and Moore on the 71st minute. And so we do have one window left, but I don't know. To score 2 goals on the road in Coventry with the way that possession has been controlled by Coventry, it's been 63-37. You're going to look back at the Thomas and Woodwork goal or Woodwork miss, and the Sam Smith. Could he have dragged it instead of tried to chip over top of the keeper? Goes 2-1 or 3-1 in those instances. It's a completely different outcome. Just missed out on opportunities. And you look at Cov, when they had their chance, they pocketed it. And I wouldn't say they stirred around the box, but really as far as their chances go, I think we've had the better of them, despite getting outworked in the possession. We just couldn't find that moment of quality. Dobson going to bring it back. Wensley, the Smith opportunity, the one that hurt the most. And then you had that other one where you broke down on the left-hand side.
Hurt. Yeah,
Thomason one hurt. You had a lesser one from Windast over on the left-hand side. Kiefer Moore with it. He's looking for options. 3 Cov players around him, so he's drawn it all the way back to Heim, and the switch is on. We got to go forward, lads. I know you can't give up the ball, but coming back to the halfway line ain't going to work for us, and there's space there for Dobson to run. He's let it on for Thomason. Thomason looking for a cross. Kiefer Moore is there, headed up over top. That's what you need. We're not there. Wrexham magic happens on Saturday. It's going to have to. I mean, we're in the situation right now where a win and we're in, unless it'll be 3 goals as it sits that Hull City would have to get. If we draw, you're watching Hull City and Derby and hoping that they don't score. Danger. And if you lose both, you're still looking away. We're in unless and you're hoping for losses there instead of draws. So it really is what it is. Go and win, and you're probably in. And if we get pipped, then Brendan's going to rub it in for the rest of eternity that I was wrong when I said the draw doesn't matter. We had to go for the win. It is going to be and that works for the documentary, right, Pete? Derby's going to be in it now on the last day, and they're not even playing Wrexham because they're going to be showing highlights from all of that. Comes out. Don't let another goal go in now. Do not do that. Deflected and still right to Ward. Luckier there. It'd be 3, right? Because we're at 2, and if we won, we'd be at 3, and they'd have to get to 3, and we have the goals for. Oh no, we don't have the goals for advantage. Yeah, 3 would equalize, and so that would give it to them. I'd take the goal more for that than anything else. Do not give up another. Danny Ward get asked the question. 3 more minutes of added time. Do not give up another one. And we're all Canary fans too on the weekend. Well, and Cov didn't do what Burnley and Reading did when they had it well in control. Well, that deflected right to Broadhead, and he couldn't knock it down and control it. Jesus. Because they brought out all the weapons. There was no let's bring out the B squad.
Broadhead should have done more with that.
Yeah, it's a tough one. I didn't see what, like, the ball spinning and all that sort of stuff, what he could have done last second. Sims with it. You got your points, Cov. You've shown off. You don't need to do any more here. Just lay off. Lay off, you donkeys. Oh, for fuck's sakes. That's not good. That's not good. That one makes me feel nervous now. Being 2 goals up against Hull City, now you've really put it into Hull City's hands, even with the win, because now we're looking for goals, and we didn't have to worry about that before. Changes the dynamic. Fiddlesticks. Broadhead giveaway. Just turned the other way. Brought in Mason just onside. He was way onside. Nothing Danny Ward can do about that one. Kabore late to get to the party. Hyam late to get to the party. And the goal differential declines down to 1. Down to 1. That's what we're hoping for. Play Ali Ahmed, and I'm a massive fan of him. He can go full weapon. There's this comment. There was really no need for Coventry to do this. I was trying to say that. You've got your 3 points. You've shown off. You're going to raise the trophy. Just let it be. Let it be. Let it be. And I mean, but the reality is the message, that's on Wrexham's feet. Get it back. Get it back. Oh, fuck, Kiefer. Well, that's sad. I don't need to see the rest of that. 90 minutes over, 3-1 loss. We go -2 on the goal differential. We're sitting there 70 points going into the final weekend. It's all on. Not entirely in control of our destiny. We've also opened the door for Hull City. We don't have the third tiebreaker. Points first, goal differential second, goals for third. And we are Hull's at 68. We're at 67. And so they've got to make up. Goals for won't come into it. They will win that tiebreaker, just the way the math works. And so they need to win. If we win by 1, we go up to 5. They win by 2, they're up to 5. They're in. The other opportunities that are available to us, having lost that one, is if we draw, the only thing that we can hope for is Hull City and Derby not to win. Any score will do it for them. If we draw against Middlesbrough, either team win and we're out. And if we lose, we still have the opportunity to get in there, but we cannot lose by 2 or more in the draw. We've got to maintain the advantage as it is. And so if we both lose by 1, we're good. If we lose by 2, we're okay. And we need Derby County to lose. They won't be able to get there by points. So that's how it breaks down. I'll put that chart together and get it out. A disappointing outcome, somewhat unexpected in the sense that, you thought Cov might take their foot off the gas. They certainly did not. Win only now, draw no good. Yeah. If we and Hull lose and Derby wins, Derby gets in. Yes. If we're on 70 points, they're at 69. They jump up to 72. If we lose, either Hull City covering the goal differential or Derby straight up and a draw gets. To be fair, a draw gets Derby in if we lose, because they've got the goal differential. They'd be brought up to 70 points, equal with us, and at that point, Derby would get in on goal differential. Derby's not going to lose to Sheffield, so we have to win the last game. And if they draw with Sheffield, that being Derby, we're okay. The draw puts them at 70 points. We draw, we're at 71. It's Hull and Derby have to win if we draw. If we lose, a Derby draw will get them in, or a Hull City draw will get them in, and we can still get in we could still be out in a draw with the goal differential, depending on how big a loss it would be. What really matters for us now, too, is the Tuesday game. Middlesbrough has a chance for automatics as it sits. If Ipswich Town is able to beat Southampton, a tie will not do it. That puts them at 81 points and still would be an automatics would be available for Middlesbrough. They've got to go out and get a result, a win for Ipswich. Because if they do, Middlesbrough comes into that game resting players. No chance for the automatics. They'll still want to play most of their lineup to make sure that they can bang out the kinks and keep everybody rested. But it will be a management game. So... And Stephen Reed, hey, there's something to be said about that too. I don't necessarily believe it. May sound crazy, but Wrexham not getting promoted this year is a good thing. I don't buy that. You always take the parachute payments. And so we'll see how that one goes. It's all on. Look, Brendan, you said this earlier on, or in the last one when we wrapped up that one or started that match last weekend, or was it Tuesday? I can't remember. It's all starting to meld together in my mind, these early games. That the best part about the season is how competitive it's been, and that we're going to go into the final day here in the championship talking about the possibility of the playoffs and still making it to the Prem. Do you have anything that you want to add? I kind of took your thunder away from you, but summarize the game and where we sit.
No, other than the line that everyone uses, like this is setting up for the ultimate drama. Last game of the season at the Kairas, and we need a win to get into the playoffs. I mean, like the people doing the documentary are just like, yes, like here we go. And yeah, either way, it's been a hell of a great ride. Every game this year mattered, and yeah, and it's coming down to next weekend, and it's going to be awesome.
Yep. I'm going to make that graphic and put it up. We will be here 4:30 in the morning kickoff Pacific, 7:30 Eastern, 12:30 in the afternoon out in the UK. Wrexham, Middlesbrough, win it, and you're almost. I feel comfortable if you win it. The Canaries I can't see, given Hull City's form. I mean, 3 draws and 2 losses in their last 5. I can't see Hull City. Why do I keep calling? What anyway? I can't see Hull City FC coming out with a massive blowout win, 2-goal win in Norwich. To me, the question is Derby playing Sheffield United at home. That one makes me a little bit more nervous than, and I guess Hull City's got it at home. It's not in Norwich, but they won't roll over. To me, it's Sheffield United and Derby's the one that makes me nervous. And the easiest way to control that is to get the win. You get the win. You move to 72. The best or 73 for us. The best they can get to is 72. that's it. Yeah, we had 2 coin flips to get a win. We go again on Saturday. So thanks everybody for joining. Brendan, as always, thank you to you for producing everything and holding down the fort in my crazy absences. We will be here on Saturday, bright and early. And I think that's it. That's all. Unless you have anything to add, Brendan?
Nope. Up the town.
Up the town. Later, guys. Cheers.